Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a Sunday series between Special and MaNA here on Dreamcatcher, the latter edition from WCS Austin 2018. Game number 1 here is going to be very, very interesting according to stuff that I have read, and let's get right on into it. In the bottom right-hand corner, it's the blue Protoss player. His name is MaNA. And in the top left-hand corner, the red Terran player, Special. Holy smokes, this series, you guys. MaNA's been around for years and years and years. Very beloved player. Protoss players are huge fans of his, no matter where they're from, no matter what country they root for. And then Special just has come onto the scene as the Mexican Terran player who's just been raffle-stomping people since he trained in Korea last year, 2 years ago now, maybe. So it should be an amazing PvT. I'm not sure that I've cast a PvT best of in a while, honestly. A lot of TVZ, PVZ as well, but Protoss versus Terran has not been involved recently, so I figured it would be time. It would be time for me to throw one of these up. One of my subscribers specifically requested that I cast one of these games as part of this best of 5 series, and I said, let's just cast the whole darn thing. How does that sound? That sounds great. By the way, he requested I do that through my Discord server, so if you have special requests for me or questions to ask, or you just want to hang out with Falcon and 150 other StarCraft 2 fans, there's a link in the description. Hit us up. It says Discord. You click on it. It can open in your web browser. You can install it onto your Windows box. You can. It's an app as well. I use it on my phone a lot, actually. So come say hi. Anyway, trying to block this expansion location here is this probe doesn't actually end up dead, and then Special can throw it on the expansion. No big deal here. Second gas coming up after that expansion. Second pylon. Yep. Second pylon timing crisp for MaNA. This is the Final Four, you guys. This is the semifinal from WCS Austin, which is just dead impressive to me that 2 players here, neither of them American, neither of them are really players you'd necessarily expect to see in the Final Four. I guess Special is somebody you would expect to see here, but MaNA hasn't done anything crazy impressive in a tournament in years, it feels like. But here he is in the Final Four of this WCS Austin tournament in the circuit. So we'll see how he does with it. Should be a very good best of 5, very interesting all the way. This Reaper's name is going to be Wonderwall. And maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And that's what he's singing as he's getting shot at here. He got a kill. Good for you, dude. Killed a probe. Got out with his life. Wonderwall, the Reaper, manages to escape here. SCV scouting to see what's going on. Doesn't catch the higher tech. Oh, his body almost fell off this cliff. It is on fire, mind you. But it didn't end up falling off the cliff. Maybe that's a good thing. There's going to be a Stargate opening out of MaNA here. Could be an Oracle. Oracle's pretty good against Terran. Terran timings on missile turrets, though, also pretty good. And at this point, I think Special really wants to know what that second level of tech is going to be. But the Stalkers, KD8 charge not blowing them the right direction. He was hoping to blow them back away from the Reaper, but instead they blew them towards the Reaper, and now he's dead. Sorry, Wonderwall. Someone that did not like your singing all that much. Is this okay, I was gonna say, is that another Stargate? Nah, just additional gateways here, no big deal. Terran fan, or Terran player on the other side here, working on a factory with a tech lab. He's got a barracks coming up here too, and starport. Tech lab. We're going to see some Cloak Banshee action. We have seen a lot of Cloak Banshee from Terrans recently, haven't we? Haven't we, everybody? I feel like we have. Cloak Banshees from Terran is a thing that has been going on recently. And it makes sense. They're good. They hit hard. They're really good at harass. They're really hard to kill if you can't see them. If you skip robotics facility, right? If you skip forward, you don't have detection, you're just going to die, is the problem here. It is an Oracle moving out, though, so the Oracle's name is going to be a Jokiz. This elderly Furinax is the original designer of the Protoss Reaver. After trying and failing to sue the Dark God Amon for copyright infringement, his contract was in fact declared null and void. He decided to take matters into his own hands. All right, a Jokiz. What you going at? A joke is possibly. Oh, they see each other. Banshee sees Oracle. Oracle sees Banshee. That's hilarious. Get in there. Get in that mineral line. Wants to come back. Use the Revelation ability because there's no detection. Right? Is that actually... that's a shield battery coming up, but yeah, there's no detection other than Revelation on the field. He is making a robotics facility now, is MaNA, but he recognizes that the only detection available is on our Oracle. So Oracle would love to get in here and mix it up in that mineral line, but he knows he is needed at home more than anything else. Banshee flying, checks out that third base, warping in for MaNA up the right side here on Dreamcatcher. And Stalkers are ready. Stalkers are ready here. They can't see it, but as soon as they can, they are ready to shoot that thing down. Shield battery keeping the probes alive pretty well here. Here comes the Phoenix. There's the revelation. And now the Phoenix should be able to take this thing down. Doesn't do bonus damage. Oh, it does do bonus damage because Banshees are light. Oh, what a brilliant hold. Meanwhile, Marines attacking this third base of MaNA. Big group of Marines with a tank here and a bunker coming up too. Does pick off the SCV building the bunker. Excellent micro there. Out of MaNA from Team Liquid and going for it. Trying to focus down some of these Marines. Does lift the tank, allowing these Stalkers to do a little bit better sometime, but focusing firing down the Phoenix. Tank is gone. Marines are gone. It looks like MaNA's going to hold this thing a lot better than I would. I can tell you that much. Meanwhile, another Cloak Banshee moves on into the main base location. Still no detection. Working on an Observer. An Observer is on the way. Meanwhile, this Banshee has a kill because of this shield battery, healing up the damage that she's doing against these workers almost as fast as she can do it. I mean, sure, she's got 2 kills here, but otherwise, no big deal. Oh, yeah, you are Stalker surrounded, my friend. You toast too. All right, so 4 probes went down. Total resources lost, 1,400 for Special and 1,300 for MaNA. So both players have taken their licks. Third base is still alive for MaNA, though. That's a huge deal. And here comes the Marines and the tanks pushing out to that third base. They know they weakened it, and they sure did. It only has 289 hit points. Another Cloaked Banshee. How many? You made 3 Banshees? I guess if you're going to make Cloak, you might as well go for multiples, right? So the Stalkers show up. Observer's a little bit slower, though. There is an upgrade to make it faster, but it doesn't have it, obviously, because we're pretty early into this game. And then the push into the third base again. All that's here is a handful of Stalkers and a Sentry and a couple Zealots without charge here, but getting up on top of these guys anyway. Pretty good force fields, trying to keep stuff away from the Zealots, hacking down the tanks. The Marines trying to kill the Zealots. You're trying to kill the tanks. Tank ends up living. Banshee still here. Still here doing stuff. It's got 5 kills, but if Phoenix takes it out, this base is gonna die. And there it is. Marine fire finishing it off. Tank fire doing pretty well too here. 5 kills on that siege tank. Third base is toast. Another special. Special, your relentlessness is just relentless. I don't know what else to say here. This 2-base play of his is amazing. Got a third base coming in at 7.5 minutes, but I mean, he could have a third base sooner than this if he wasn't so darn aggressive. Another Banshee dies. 11 probes have died in the last little bit. 22 overall at 64 to 58 Harvester. Specials really put the hurt onto MaNA here. MaNA's forced to re-warp in that third base location. The third base for Special is already done. And he's just making additional Marines here inside his main base, getting tanks, getting stim for those Marines. He did bypass stim to get the tanks out, and I feel like that was a good decision. The tanks were incredibly useful against the Stalker defense that MaNA was working on. I guess that was the plan, right? The plan was to bring Banshees in, force Stalkers out from the Protoss player, and then when the Stalkers are there, use tanks. It's kind of a paper, rock, scissors type situation. All right, so 4 tanks defending the third base here on the MaNA. We got Marines going back into the main base. I guess maybe they're worried about an Oracle, but no, there's 4 missile turrets on the perimeter of the space. I don't know what they were worried about. Maybe they thought there was a DT drop or something. An Observer they could kill, but no, there's not. Right now, MaNA is playing pretty much in the dark. He does know about that third base, though, somehow. Did he kill an Observer? He killed an Observer. Maybe he did bring one down here inside the main base, and I just missed seeing it just a teeny tiny bit. MaNA is working on Colossus. He's working on extended thermal lance. He's getting immortal production going here too. All the things you need if you're going to try to kill a big scary Terran player like a Special is. Special probably going to set up for a 4th base fairly soon here too, based on the positioning of that supply depot. And both players just macroing up to their heart's content right now. APM for these players about 450 for Special, closer to 350, 360 for MaNA. At this point in the game, about 10 minutes, we're really starting to ramp up into big armies, into big economies. It is 73 to 69 Harvesters. MaNA's done a pretty good job getting back into the game economically after losing 22 probes. And only killing 3 SCVs, mind you. Single Marine attacking into this third base. Wow. I mean, he's not going to kill anything. Because, again, shield battery, pretty good. And really, I don't think it was enough to distract the whole army. No, it was not. So Probe was down here probably going for a 4th base, but Special's army just happened to be in the neighborhood and decided to kill it and take it out. Zealots walking across the map. Are they looking for reinforcements to kill? Why are there 3 Zealots walking across the map? It confuses me. These rocks were knocked down, which means an attack path is not available to MaNA, and he thought there might be one. Are you doing it over here too? That's so interesting. So he wants these to be knocked down. Zealots coming into this 4th base location, a special that is under construction. They're going to go ahead and knock that thing down, probably kill the SCVs. We're building it first, and they don't have charge yet. They almost have charge. They could maybe do this if they had charge, but they don't. Cleaned out there. Attack with stim coming into this 3rd base location. Colossus, no Colossus, overextending. Can't do that. Does manage to back up quite nicely there. And a lot of these guys are pretty low on HP. Tanks on the other side of this little berm here, which is fantastic placement. Got Liberators too. This is looking really bad for MaNA here in game number 1. This 3rd base is gonna die. It's 189 to 132. Total supply right now. Colossus in production here, but I don't know that it's gonna be enough. There are 3 of them. They do have extended thermal lance. Working on that +2 attack, but it's not going to be done yet. They can't be in the front. The Tank, Liberator, Marine, Marauder composition is just too much. I don't see MaNA pulling this off, you guys. Yeah, he's going to be able to get some Marines with this splash damage action. Clear out a lot of this bio, actually, which is very nicely played by the MaNA, but he's still down 50 supply, 50+ supply here. Probes running down to that 4th base, trying to be covered here by MaNA. The tank fire, though, on the Stalkers and on the Colossus. Colossus are definitely armored. Can he clear through? Doesn't have anything anti-air to get rid of the Liberators, and it looks like the army's gone, and that's it. A good game, well played out of MaNA in game number 1. MaNA is defeated. Special is looking strong in game number 1 of this best of 5 series. Just harassed MaNA so consistently. So 22 probes go down, really slowing down MaNA's ability to tech up, to get a huge army. Special never slowed down back home. His macro has just been beastly for a while now. Did expand to the 3rd a little bit later than I think he necessarily likes to normally, but it worked. It worked out, man. Didn't lose many SCVs at all. 4 of them in the game. Resources lost 5,400 for MaNA and a full 10,000. Oh, let's reverse that for Special and a full 10,000 there for MaNA. All right, game 2 coming your way. This is not looking good for you Protoss fans, but we'll hang out. We'll hang out. We'll see what happens anyway. We'll be back in just a second. All right, we're back. More MaNA and Special, this time on 16-bit, the latter edition. Terran in the bottom left, Protoss in the top right. Let's see if MaNA's prepared for Special's harassment here in game number 2. All right, 16-bit, the latter edition is kind of one of my favorite maps in the ladder map pool. Got 2 Zelnaga watchtowers, so run-bys can be scouted as long as you have the Zelnaga watchtower. You can break these rocks down to open up a more direct path between bases, but the rush distance is not that short because early units cannot break these down very easily. And wait a second. Does this just open it up? That's got to just open it up, right? Yeah, those are just rocks. So it can open it up further here. It does help with the wall at your front here, giving you a little bit of a shorter distance, narrower distance to wall off there if you're Terran or Protoss, but if your opponent comes in and knocks these down, suddenly big, wide open area. So you got to watch out for that. All right, so both players are going for their their early production units here. You got a barracks, you got yourselves a gateway there too. Ooh, if I sound a little out of it today, that might be because I am. I spent the afternoon at kind of a local smaller theme park. Not really a theme park. They've got go-karts and mini golf and bumper boats and arcades and things like that. So just spend a lot of time outside today and perhaps a little bit sunburned, but we'll get through this. We'll get through this, no problemo. Reaper on the way, Private Kane, a gangster since youth in Tarsonian slums. He hijacked a transport and escaped days before the Zerg invasion at the urging of his sister, an unregistered psionic. They continued their criminal activities on Core Hall, quickly becoming local kingpins, but a Dominion raid ended it for him. He was arrested and sentenced to 6 months service in the Reaper Corps. Kane is a cold-blooded sociopath who loves killing above anything else. He always adds some of his own drugs to the combat mix and sometimes carries a fusion torch on his suit to be able to kill face to face. There you go. First kill, man. Kane gets it before I even finish reading his backstory. Let's see what he could do. I don't know, feel good about this Reaper. Getting that first kill early seems fairly promising. Man, it does have a Stalker on the way, though, and Stalkers are just so good against Reapers. If you're struggling against Reapers, Protoss players, get a Stalker. In the early game, they're fast. They can chase these guys down. They can keep them away from your probes. They don't do bonus damage versus them, but Reaper HP is not really strong enough where you have to worry about that anyway. Yeah, so there you go. First shot off, and that's usually enough to chase the Reaper away. Couple shots brings it down to almost half HP. Yeah, Reaper can't do much if a Stalker's out. Might scout, possibly try to scout this safe location here. Safe location both players are taking. It is only accessible through air, but considering a Protoss and Terran, air is definitely an option here. You can get dropped back here, no big deal. No problemo. Reaper Kane gets in, tries to go for the scout, does end up scouting the Stargate, and dies. Private Kane, rough life there for him, but he does see the Stargate, and that's what Special needed to know. What was the higher tech choice after the Cyber Core? The answer is this guy. And Phoenix production this time, not Oracle. Not Oracle this time, though the Oracle did keep MaNA alive for a while in game number 1. I really wonder how much of that was just MaNA wasn't expecting consistent cloaked Banshee attacks. He didn't get any cannons up. He figured I kill the first couple and that should be enough for Special to stop sending them. Special kept sending them. That's for sure. And soon there were multiples attacking different locations for MaNA. I don't think he knew what was going on. So he should be more prepared for this here in our game number 2. Warp Gate coming on in. Terran player working on a Cyclone, actually. Pretty early Cyclone. He's on a patrol path. Like the smallest possible patrol path. Rocking out in the club there. Tech Lab coming on that starport, and Phoenix coming in for the scout. Not a hallucinated Phoenix, mind you. Just a regular type Phoenix is going to see Banshees are very probable at this stage of the game. Another Phoenix here too. Still no Oracle production, so I don't think we're going to see any. Does he have the Warp Gate? He's got the Warp Gate done. He hasn't turned his one gateway into a Warp Gate yet, but I guess he doesn't really care about it at this point. Third Nexus coming up for MaNA. Whoosh, dude. I mean, that is a little brazen considering how game 1 went, but you know what? It's your life. It is your life. You do what you need to do. Phoenix flying on in, seeing, yeah, there's a lot of anti-air here. There's Marines, there's Cyclones. It's not a good place for Phoenix to live. Did he? Oh, he swapped it off. He swapped off the Tech Lab so he can get Stim. And then the starport's going to be double pumping Medivacs. So perhaps Special is playing mind games here, making MaNA think it's going to be Cloak Banshee again. Is he responding as such? Getting a Twilight Council and a Forge. Yes. Okay, so getting a Forge for cannons this time. I would not be surprised if we saw cannons coming up inside these mineral lines sooner rather than later here. Phoenix, did they get a scout in? No, they still haven't seen. They still don't know what that is. Perhaps this Phoenix will see, and it does! Oh, what's scouting from MaNA? He does see the double pumping Medivacs. He does see, all right, it's not going to be Banshee after all. And he shouldn't really have to make any cannons unless you want some for drop defense, because double Medivacs really generally mean you're going to see some drops from our Terran player. So third base up and running, though. His macro, MaNA's macro in this game has been insane. It's up 52 to 44 Harvesters. Lost that one probe just because, again, it was scouting at the time, and that's a risk you're going to have to take. So double Medivac drop here at about 5.5 minutes out of the Special. Lifting and trying to kill this Cyclone. You know what? Free Cyclone. It's not bad, only cost you energy on those Phoenix. Phoenix Cloud is not huge. Oh, recalling back home because there's a drop coming. There is a drop coming. Phoenix are so ready for this drop. Look at this split. Look at the concave they have set up. Look, they're going to try to find it. They're going to find it too. Oh, they're going the wrong way. Now they're patrolling back in, and here it is. Yeah, these Medivacs die. Oh, one Medivac goes down. The other Medivac goes down. And that makes the drop so much less potent. Because now the Marines aren't getting healed up. And now you can kind of lift and kill them. You got some Stalkers. You got Sentries throwing up a Guardian Shield there to mitigate the damage that the Marines can end up doing. Probes fighting. Zealots fighting. Nice positioning by Special. Making sure only one Zealot can hit at a time. But finally, everybody gets cleaned out. So, yeah, if you're having trouble with drops, kill the Medivacs. And you will be surprised at how much easier it is for you to handle drops. They are so much less powerful when something isn't actively healing them. Another Marine push here from Special coming up this left. Yes, this left attack path. Suppose it could be called. What is the tech of choice going to be for Special or MaNA? He can't do this just with Phoenix and Gateway. Absolutely 100% can't get a win that way. So he needs some kind of splash damage against this bio play. Special. I'd love to see Storm, personally. I don't think Storm would be that bad. Advanced Guard of Marines coming into this third base, and they did kill something. Forced to cancel on something that was coming up there. Phoenix can do pretty well in small chunks. Shield Battery, too, though, really makes these Zealots hard to kill. Exceptionally hard to kill. And look at these Phoenix lifting and killing. Yeah, they're susceptible. Bit of an attack attempt up here. Widowmine drop does kill 13 probes. back there at that natural base location, but MaNA cleans up this army at the front. So a bit of a tit for tat there. Bit of a you kill something of mine, I'll kill something of yours type situation. He wipes out Special's army. The Widow Mine drop does take down 13 of his probes, making it 51 to 55 Harvesters. Special has a lead. Special's third base is happily humming and running right now. He's also working on upgrades. +1 attack is done for his infantry, and +1 armor is coming here to Robotics Bay. There it is, warping in for our friend MaNA. Robotics Facility and a Robotics Bay, which does allow access to Colossus. It allows us access to Disruptors. Both pretty good splash damage options here. Again, I would love to see Storm, but perhaps Special's ability to dodge storms is legendary, and MaNA just doesn't want to risk it. Another attempted Widow Mine drop up here at the third base location, and you know what? Gonna go ahead and... oh, no, in range of the cannon. So one Widow Mine fire kills a single probe. Other Widow Mine not able to get anything off there, and goodbye Medevac. Just gets smashed right on down. Heading up this left side here with Marines and Marauders. I can't really blame Special for going for more of those Widow Mine attacks. The first wave was so successful for him, really totally worth it. Continuing to bring Widow Mines with his army though. Is he making any more? Not really, but he's making Vikings. He's making Vikings, and it's going to be Colossus with Extended Thermal Lance again here from the MaNA. So MaNA, this isn't really a win or go home type situation for him, just because it's going to come down to, it's a 3-game. It's a 3. Well, Special needs to get 3 games, right? Best 3 out of 5. But if MaNA does lose this game too, he's going to be in a horrible position going into the rest of the series. He will have to beat Special 3 times in a row, which so horrible. Lifting up these Widow Mines at the front and taking them down with the Phoenix. Observer revealed the location, got revenge there. And a Zealot drop here at the natural base location, killing a few of these SCVs. Widow Mine firing, taking out one of the Zealots, but then getting killed itself there. Marines and Marauders coming home to make sure everything is safe. Dropping back into this natural base location. That Medevac is so low on HP right now. The Stalkers want to get in and kill it. And they almost do. Almost do, but they really got to finish that thing off. That Medevac is so brave to hang in there with like a single hit point. Yeah, it's dead. And that's the rest of that army. So Medevacs die. The drops really have a hard time sticking. Around. 133 to 157 total supply. Special has a big time lead right now in army. Because look, if their worker value is the same, then their army supply, if it's different, any difference is a big deal. Special economy also pretty darn good thanks to mules. Take a look at it here. Mineral income is actually pretty similar to MaNA's. Gas income too, around 900 or so, upper 900s. So income about the same, sitting on 3 bases each. 4th base warping in down toward this south location for the MaNA. And here goes nothing. Marines, Marauders, Widow Mines. Picking up, boosting in. Phoenix are here though. There's a cannon too. Phoenix kind of just want to stand in and kill these Medevacs. One Medevac does go down. The Phoenix are absolutely absorbing a lot of damage though. And they are finally forced to flee from this location. This natural base is in a ton of trouble, and there are Vikings out. There are Vikings out for Special too. That makes the Phoenix even more useless in the situation. He ends up absolutely sniping that natural base location. Vikings getting huge shots off. The army at the front is killed. Whoa, where did these Disruptors come from? How does MaNA have 4 Disruptors? I thought it was making Colossus. He has a Colossus, but 4 Disruptor instead. All right, man. Back against the wall here, MaNA. You have a fairly scary army inside your natural base. You have a handful of Stalkers and all Colossus to deal with them. And actually, Special decides to pick up and boost out. He says, damage done. Let's not sacrifice the rest of my Marines and Marauders for nothing here. The Vikings really could finish off this Colossus if they wanted, but they're deciding to head home instead. All right, if and you say so. Marines, Marauders really trying to set up a location where Special can go for his 4th base location. Kind of keep it safe. MaNA is getting a Templar Archives as well as a couple more Disruptors here. So we're sitting at, what, 7,000 resources lost for MaNA compared to 6,900 for the Special. All right, +1/+1 done for this bio. Oh, Purification Novas. Wow, I don't think Special was expecting that. And then the recall. Oof, everybody recalls out of there without dying, except for the Sentry, which almost made it until this Marauder chased it down with a concussive shell and took it out. Yeah, that's what it's going to see. Special does see there's a 4th base location for mana that he's been harvesting from for a while now, so that's got to be like, oh, I didn't realize that that was there. Disruptor is ready to rock. This little Purification Nova is a spell. It does not benefit from upgrades. The Stalkers and everything on the ground do have +3 armor for mana, though. That's an interesting deal. +3 ground armor really does make it harder for Marines and Marauders to take this army down. It's a Planetary Fortress already for special? Jeez. All right, man, attacking out of Planetary Fortress. Not exactly what you want to be seeing. Purification Nova's coming in quite nicely. Colossus in the back here, too. Vikings going to finish off that Colossus. No big deal. And actually dodging Purification Nova's pretty easily there is special. Yeah, Planetary Fortress lives. And there's a scan just to make sure that mana is backing off here. Going for a 5th base is special along his top left side. Mana is replaced as natural. No real surprise there either. And continuing to make disruptors is mana here at about the 13-minute mark. Can't really argue with them. They've been pretty good so far. I mean, they haven't been game-winning or game-ending, obviously, either way. So might as well keep with them and see what we can get done. He's going to send Novas in, just stalkering right into these Liberators and then sending the Nova so that the Bio has to fall back here. Actually, whoa, what was that Nova trying to do? I don't know, but a couple disruptors go down. A huge drop here at the natural base of mana. Is he going to lose that base again? I feel like he's going to lose the base again. The armor's trying to get back home, but they're not going to make it. Purification Nova and some Zealots. Nah, don't really do a lot. A couple Marines die as special just picks up and boosts into the main base instead. And then decides maybe there's too much of an army here. Yeah, I know what? I'm gonna land here too, and kill a bunch of these probes. Man, so many probes have died for mana so far. 59 to 57. All right, counterattack, says mana. I can't really do much about you back home right now. I'm trying to do what I can, obviously, but I'm gonna attack the front instead. Guardian Shield is up. Stalkers with the +2 attack and the +3 armor, looking pretty fantastic. And at the same time, back home, does manage to pick off one of the medevacs. That is a fairly surprising pickoff there. Does he know about this base? Mana, you know about this one? No. Mana does not know about that one. Oh my gosh, this drop has been so effective for special. Crazy amounts of effective, you guys. And still living, still causing major problems. They're +2 Marines and Marauders. Eventually, the Stalkers are going to clean them out. No, maybe this one will. That one wins. 3 kills to his name, and this base does end up staying alive. Is Mana going to replace this Nexus? I think it's worth it. I really do think it's worth it, but he needs to deal with some drop defense. Some cannons would be pretty good here. Maybe leaving a few Stalkers, too, just so the Vikings aren't as good at escorting. How many Vikings are left, though, is my question. 3 of them, not that many. But still, could be enough to shove off a few of those Phoenixes that are playing base defense. It's 171 to 153 supply. Mana's actually up somehow. This macro's been good. That Liberator, Circles of Doom, just a lot. Oh, bad pathing there on the sentries. Stalkers can't really get in there. Too many Defender Circles of Death. He does find out about this base along the left side, though. This 5th base location. Purification Nova's chasing the Terran army away. First special. More Novas whipping completely there. Got a Ghost. Got an EMP off on those Stalkers, forcing them to blink back. More Novas. Dodge, 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 and then stimming forward. They do catch a Disruptor there. Big time hit there on that one. Ow. That one hurts. Meanwhile, Special's attacking along the right side, too. This 4th base location is under a lot of pressure. I'm not sure that Mana can hold it. This is a lot of Marauders. I guess we bring some Zealots in. That should be enough. Zealots are harder to kill. And actually blinking around the backside to pick off those Liberators, too. Mana's killed quite a few Liberators thus far. 11 of them. And Purification Nova's the burst damage he needs to take down to the Planetary Fortress, too. That was amazing. So he saves his 4th base location. He kills the 5th base location of Special. Still hasn't replanted his natural, and I can't say that I blame him. It's really out of the way if you're trying to defend it. Free medevac, at least once the boost wears off. And there it goes. There it goes. Resources lost, 15,000 for Mana, 22,700 for Special. It's a big number. That is a numero grande. Mana does, in fact, have a 6th base running, 5th base running. Natural base still isn't back. I don't think it's going to come back at all either. Attacking up this little ramp is very dangerous, but Mana going for it, man. Purification Nova, Stalkers finishing off the Liberators. Stalker's on the left side, not enough to deal with the Marines and Marauders. That ball is a big one. Colossus hitting pretty hard. All right, +2 attack on them. But not enough to kill this base. This planetary fortress only has 4 kills, despite the fact that it has been part of major battles twice in this game so far. All right, pulling back is MaNA to defend against this aggression of Special. The aggression is real, ladies and gentlemen. Colossus coming in to try to chase them away, and they do. Colossus enough to kill this small of a group of Bio, and Special is fully aware of that. Yeah, Stalkers just, you can't really do it by yourself, man. You need some Zealots, you need some Disruptors, you need something. Stalker against Bio is just a suicide mission for sure. Here we go. Drop from Special for the 8th time, it feels like, at the natural base of MaNA. There's no base to kill, but there's a pylon and some probes. Some probes are long-distance mining. MaNA has just decided that long-distance mining is the safer thing to do. Maybe it isn't, though, as these probes are getting picked off quite nicely. There we go. A Zealot Colossus army should be enough to chase that one away. A scan at the 4th base location reveals that there's a big army protecting that one, so Special maybe doesn't want to attack up in that direction. He does come down to this 5th base location, though, where there is a single cannon, but no match for 3-3 Marines and Marauders, my friends. Absolutely not. Zealots, run! MaNA pulling back. MaNA's been pretty cost efficient so far. I'd say he hasn't really just allowed people to die, allowed his units to die for no reason, which is generally something you want to avoid if you're playing a game of StarCraft. MaNA marching into this 4th base of Special. There's not really much of an army here, and these Vikings aren't going to be all that useful. I guess there is one Colossus. And that Nova just makes everybody flee, doesn't it? An attack into the 4th base with the Marines and Marauders. This base is going to die. I know MaNA's coming back and trying to save it. I don't think it's going to work. Meanwhile, this drop into the main base again by Special has been relentless. The 4th base ends up falling. These Marauders against armored stuff. Wow, picking off that Colossus with what was left of the drop from Special. Just incredible. Incredible play from him. Oh, this might be a big pickup. Special, look out, man. There's Stalkers here. Yeah, there's +2 Stalkers here. Losing one of the medevacs over our little blocks, our little blue blocks of blueness. Yeah, the music is getting appropriately intense. It doesn't often match up, I've noticed. But this counts. This totally counts. Drop back at the 5th base location of MaNA. He's really trying to kill these medevacs. They just keep coming on in. More Nova hits in the middle of the map here, too. The Vikings aren't really sure what they're doing. They do bonus damage versus Disruptors and Stalkers if they wanted to land. Liberators setting up. Stalkers just standing right on in, saying, Liberators will not be terrorized by your circles of doom. And you know what? Wow, losing a Disruptor. They're attempting to retake that 5th base location. Nope. 4th base location, no. MaNA not allowed to do that one. How many medevacs have died in this game? And how many? He's lost 15, and he has 4. I mean, Special is absolutely not giving up. He's making 2 at a time. This drop is retreating from the 4th base, as there are some Zealots down here. They still have the +2, +3 upgrades path, which is weird. You'd think they should have +3 attack by now, but MaNA seems like he's been pretty busy. His APM is currently like 300, average 446 on the game. Special sitting at 320 something. So double expanding up this left side. Actually, it has expanded to a 5th base is Special, and taking 6th base up the top left side here too. MaNA tacking on in. Not a huge army, mind you. Not a big one. Novas chasing, dodging. Liberators still trying to do stuff. The number of Liberators that have died is a lot too. 21. But Special still trying to make this thing work, yo. Nova, bam! Big time hit on those Marines and those Marauders. There's a drop in the main for Special, though. There's another attack into the 4th base from the Red Terran player. He is everywhere at once right now. MaNA desperately trying to take down this 5th base. I don't think they can get it with the repair. No, the Zealots helping. They do get it. But this whole army is dead, and MaNA's going to lose this base along the right side. What a game this is. What an absolutely sick game this is. Zealots trying to do the thing. No, Nexus ends up falling. That is a total of 5 Nexuses killed by Special in this game on 16-bit. I am getting speechless here at how aggressive Special has been, at how aggressive MaNA has been. He's killed this base for the 2nd time. Does he know about this space? No, he doesn't know about this one. That 6th base of specials is still hidden. It's still very special. These guys are not mining, though. Get to work, guys. Get to work. Attack against an Archon up toward the natural base. Another attack coming into the 5th base of MaNA. The Zealots with charge enough to chase those dudes away. It's 130 to 137 supply. Special is up that way. He's got more workers, too. His upgrades are better, and I think his income should be better at this point too, but it is. It's about 1,500 for him compared to 1,100 for MaNA. Gas about the same. Yeah, I mean, MaNA's just doing this with Disruptor, yo. At this point, he is not making Colossus anymore, recognizing they die pretty quickly to the Vikings and the Marauders. And sure, while Disruptors end up dying to Marauders too. Oh, they got this base before it's a planetary fortress. The 6th secret base is going to die real fast. No PF there, not much of a repair either. Nova's trying to get some shots off against the bio, just exploding on absolutely nothing. Another Nova comes in, catches a Marauder. That one whiffs entirely too. I mean, the hit percentage on Purification Novas in this game cannot be high, but MaNA just keeps scrapping, keeps fighting. Takes out a Ghost with the Nova. That's a pretty high value target. There we go. Wow, that Marauder corpse flinging way the heck out there. Stalkers almost got that medevac. Couldn't quite do it. Special pushing up 123 to 115 total. This game is just crazy pants for both of these players right now. Zealot's getting a nice flank attack on the top side here. Disruptor's kind of walking into the bio, just getting close enough to where their Novas work. And you know what? Are they absorbing shots, allowing the Zealots to do the work that they need to do? Yes, and wow! Special with a GG! Special is defeated, and MaNA is somehow victorious in 24 minutes. I still can't believe he lost 5 Nexuses, 74 probes, 62 Zealots, 18 Disruptors, and won this game. And won the game, did MaNA. That's crazy. 37,000 resources lost compared to, okay, I guess 42,000 lost for Special. He lost more stuff, more cost efficient were the Disruptors. I mean, MaNA lost a lot, but he killed a lot too. Killed a planetary fortress, an orbital command, 7 Ghosts, 165 Marines, 95 Marauders. This is where we get to the important stuff. 21 Medevacs and 26 Liberators. I know a lot of your Protoss players are scared of Liberators. You've been scared for a long time, but you'll notice that MaNA just goes for it, man. He brings the Stalkers and he blinks them up. He focuses the Liberators down. He kills them. He knows more expensive and more time-consuming for Special to replace them than it is for the Protoss player to replace the Stalkers. Amazing. Okay, we're going to come back with more, obviously, in this best of 5 because we're not even close to done yet. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back, you guys. It's going to be Special versus MaNA again. Game number 3 is very important in a best of 5. Top right-hand corner on Lost and Found. We've got the red player, Special, playing Terran. You can't race switch in a tournament or in a series. Maybe you can switch between series. I don't know. Maybe somebody can correct me on that if I am wrong. Okay. So I was running in windowed mode in StarCraft2 for the first 2 games. I'm kind of embarrassed about that, but got that fixed. And got the level detail turned right back up again. Here we go. Gateway. Barracks. Lost and Found. Little crevices with pink stuff coming out of it. Little flashing lights. What do they mean? I don't know, but apparently, if you can't see them, they're not flashing. So who knew? Also, we have this thing down here. Is that a hologram of a Zergling? By golly, it is. Somebody's been studying Zerglings, or at least portraying Zerglings up in here in Lost and Found. Is this maybe a place where stuff goes that's been lost? It's the Lost and Found container for all of StarCraft. Is that the concept behind this map? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. There's little lights everywhere, little nice doodads. It's just nice. It's a nice map. It's alien feeling, but it's not boring. And it's not too cluttered either. I think it's a nice kind of clean, interesting map, if that makes any sense. You got some stuff you can knock down for, again, easier attack paths in. You can open up attacks into your opponent's base, ramps you have to worry about, and a Reaper on the way here for Special. This Reaper's name is going to be Homestar Reaper. Everyone loves the Homestar Reaper. He is a terrific athlete. One day he couldn't find where his hat was at, so he couldn't play in the big game. He was sad until his friend, Coach Zero Tool, told him that if he killed 3 enemy workers, he could still play in the big game. So he suited up and prepared to do just that, no matter how much Strong Mengsk said he was an idiot for trying. Ah, Strong Mengsk, of course. His suit is intelligent and has a mind of its own. It decides where he scouts and if he fights. Alright, sounds fantastic. He's got to kill 3 workers here. The Homestar Reaper. If you haven't watched Homestar Runner, I believe they're in the process of moving all their stuff over to the YouTube. So just search Homestar Runner on YouTube, and you'll find a lot of good stuff. It's one of my favorite things of like 2004, 2005, 2006. I believe the shared love of Homestar Runner is a major reason that my wife and I started dating. So Homestar Runner has a very special place in my heart for sure. Were you looking for this zealot? What were you looking for there, Homestar? Homestar Reaper? It's a great question. Great question. But a couple, zealot and a stalker opening here from MaNA. Look at this aggression. SCV comes in for the scout, sees the expansion is not done yet for MaNA. Stargate opening once again here. 88 charge blown, hitting both those units. It does 10 damage. It doesn't kill anything necessarily, but it does 10 damage. And now, the base finished. The idea was to kill the SCV building this command center. That was the idea. But I guess maybe the Zealot can eventually take this thing down, given enough time. But Marines are already on the way. There's a Cyclone coming out too. This is going to be very short-lived as far as the aggression of MaNA is concerned. And I guess weakening a couple different supply depots. Sure, why don't we just kill the... You're really, really confused as to what you want to attack here. But everybody decides to go home. They know there's a tank or a Cyclone coming out soon. Also, Homestar Reaper is sneaking into this natural base. Oh! You might get your kills, Homestar Reaper. What? Holy smokes. 1. Probes force to fight for their lives, which is never what you want to see if you're a probe. 2. Come on, Homestar Reaper. You can do it. Get 3. Come on. Don't know. There's a stalker. Get that one. 2. 3, and 1 more hit. Got it. Got the 3 kills. Homestar Reaper did it. Homestar Reaper did it. Oh, but he died in the process. That was so sad, but he did it. He can play in the big game anyway. Coach Zero Tool said he can. That's so nice. Oracle name going to be Brian Fantana. Brian has lived his entire life as an Oracle under one simple idea. 60% of the time, Brian can get a kill. Every time. That's some math for you. Chew on that. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Unfortunately, Double Cyclone means Brian Fantana's in trouble. Oh, they didn't even activate. And the Marines are here too. Yeah, bad place for an Oracle, man. This is a lot of anti-air out of special. This is not your day, Mr. Oracle opening. Forward pylon from MaNA, though. I kind of like this one. Kind of interested to see where that thing's going to bring us. And a third base. That's a third base for special. So he is actually not going for 2-base aggression like he has in the first couple games. Instead, going for a quicker third base here in Lost and Found. It is the most standard map of the map pool. I believe Sure Should I and I determined that was the case in the Gauntlet Global Open last Sunday. If you're interested in seeing me cast live StarCraft at a dang high level, like Snoot high level, tune in to the Gauntlet today at 8 p.m. Eastern. Twitch.tv/GauntletSC2. It is Cloaked Banshees from Special trying to sneak on out here. Get some more harassment done against the MaNA. Is MaNA prepared with detection? Let's see. He has another Oracle coming in. He's got 2. Is he going a mass Oracle play here? That cannot work. That can't work when there's Cyclones and a ton of Marines out. Can it, MaNA? What do you think? What do you think, MaNA? How many are you going to make is my question. 3 is a lot. 2, fine. I can see 2 happening. Oracle pairs are definitely a norm right now. But 3, I don't know what you're doing, man. I don't know what is up here. Ooh, what's this image? Come back! Oh, it switches. It switches what it is. Is that Sarah? I don't know. It's kind of a Sarah Kerrigan. Oh, it stopped because vision. It needs vision to change again. Oh, there it is. Oh, the Cyclone's taken out. Or getting taken out. Getting taken out by our Oracle friends. Banshee at the third base of MaNA trying to take stuff down. Stalker. Detection and Stalker here. Banshee dies getting no damage done. This is actually kind of a shellacking early. It's 900 resources lost for special and 250 for MaNA. Dead impressive. All right, here we go. We got Marines, we got tanks, we got some SCVs to repair and throw up bunkers at the front and stuff. Oracle's having a grand old time. Brian Fantana and friends, everybody. Welcome to the game. I'm glad you could make it. Another Banshee, another Cloak Banshee trying to come on in here. I believe MaNA saw that. Did he see it? I don't know if he did. I don't know if he did. Where's the detection? Where the detection is at. Here's our Stalkers. Here's our detections. Okay, we're going to revelate it, but guess who's setting up at the third base? Meanwhile, this Banshee is nothing but a distraction as the third base is in a lot of trouble for MaNA. There is a tank here. There are Marines here. There's a couple bunkers coming up. There's another tank joining the front here, too. Is this Banshee still doing stuff? Yes. 4 probes go down as Phoenix finally takes it out. And here we go. Oracle's no Brian Fantana. Oh, actually, Oracle's surviving pretty well here, surprisingly. Nope. One gets picked off. Phoenix finishing off the rest of the stuff here. Can they kill this tank? If they focus it hard enough, by golly, they can. They can, and the attack on the third base is rebuffed. Excellent job there by MaNA. It was weird. He had to use oracles, which is not generally how you want to do things. Banshee, another Banshee. I was going to say coming in, but actually going home. Where are you going home for? You could do stuff. You can do stuff here at this natural base location. I guess there's a Phoenix out defending against this, and detection is available too. Did he just fly over that Banshee and not see it? I mean, you can see the shimmer if you're looking at it, is the thing. You can't see it on the minimap, which is a problem here. All right, where's the revelation? There's the revelation. There's the stalker fire. Bam! Another Banshee down, but 3 more probes killed too. Probes killed 10. 3 SCVs have gone down so far. Special is kind of starting to pull up an even. 3,000 resources lost for him. 1,650 for MaNA. So, geez, still doubling up, but not as bad as it used to be, I suppose. Third base done here. Got tanks for the special. Nothing but gateway units. Oh, there's an Immortal coming. All right, so you need the Immortal to deal with the tanks, if nothing else. Another tank here. More Marines. Observer in observer mode. That's what it's called, observer mode. No, this is not observer mode. This is oversight mode. I don't know. We're going for it, though. Guardian Shield is up. Immortal trying to focus down the tanks, doing pretty well against it. And the force field on top of the tank allows it to get burned down there. That was amazing. What a play. A Raven's out, though, from Special. And these mules got pulled off the line, pulled all the boys to save this third base location. So just too much bio left over is the problem here. Another tank showing up, but the tanks did get taken down pretty darn quickly by MaNA. His third base is still alive. He did manage to save that, if you remember. Now he has a ton of warp gates. He's working on plus upgrades for his attack and his armor. And Storm, whew, his splash damage today is going to be Psionic Storm. So we'll see. We'll see how good Special is at dodging this. It could be. He's incredible. He's a savant at it, and that's why MaNA hasn't tried until this point. I've just always thought that Storm is best at dealing with bio. And that's a lot of what Special's gone for in the series. There's a lot of Marines and Marauders and some tanks. Not a whole lot of tanks. Not enough you need to worry about it. But Zealots do have charge. They have +1/+1. Working on +2/+2 for those guys. Missile turrets in production for Special. Probably worried about Oracle harassment. Phoenix play too. Maybe some Warp Prism type stuff, as there is Warp Prism stuff right in front of the screen right now at the natural base location. Fourth base warping in for MaNA here too. A lot of stuff going on. Both players just kind of macroing to their heart's content. APM check at this stage of the game. Over 300 for both of these players. Averaging 377 is MaNA. And at 286 right now is the Special. All right, so we're just playing. We're playing back and forth here, dodging back and forth with Zealots. So they might catch a bit of a flank on this army. Do you want to engage? Oh, there's your Storm. Wow, you know where he's going to go because he's retreating from the Zealots? And then the Storm just absolutely makes them hurt. Anti-armor missile thrown down on the Zealots here, too. Their armor was good. Now it's 0. 0 armor. Oh, that Immortal didn't even... Oh, Templar gone, too. Didn't even have the anti-armor. Didn't matter. This bio is overstimmed and hurt because it got stormed. But it's still enough to take down your fourth base, as it turns out. MaNA's not even going to really try and defend it here. Unless he storms... It's too late. He's not even trying. He's pulling back to a better defensive position. Zealots are ready to go. Storm is ready to go. Oh, feedback would be amazing right here. Do you want a feedback? Or do you want a storm is the question. I don't know. The High Templar have quite decided not what they want to do. But everybody unloading from these medevacs is getting picked off. So maybe you don't want to unload. Special. Yeah, we're going to boost. We're going to boost on out. Get chased by some of these good dudes, some of these Protoss dudes. And our fourth base is a little bit exposed right now. That's what we're checking. MaNA checking to see, is there a fourth base? I'm sending some Zealots to ensure that there is or is not. And by golly, there was until the SCD got picked off, and now the base is never going to be a thing. It's going to force to be canceled, in fact. Another anti-armor missile would be pretty good here from that Raven. Does it have the energy for it? No. Needs 75. Storm, another great Storm on this bio here. Attacking right on through. Is it enough? Pulling back a little bit so the Storms can go off. On top of the bio, the Marauders eating those like champions. Zealot on top of a tank. A drop sneaking into the natural base while defending at home. is Special. This is a very ragtag army for MaNA at the front, though. Oh, no, they're huge warping of Zealots. That helps immensely. But this drop, killing stuff. Killing probes. Killing shield batteries. Third base, a major problem for Special, though. Does he have the anti-air? Does MaNA have the anti-air to deal with these Liberators? Not really. Not really, no. Oh, the Storm. At the third, where the drop tried to go. The medevac gets picked out of this guy there, too. Rubble falling on top of those probes. An attack moving into the natural base of Special. 2 Liberators doing all the things right now. Archon trying to finish off the Liberators by himself. Oh, some Stalkers are here. Thank goodness. Thank goodness for that. I think you can take this natural base, MaNA. I really don't know why you're going home right now. I guess you're going for the third. Recognizing the Liberators can't necessarily protect both places at the same time. Stalkers, yeah, just going for it, man. See what I mean? Just going for it. A lot of SCVs getting killed at the third base here, too. It's 45 to 63 total Harvesters. This attack looking exceptionally promising for MaNA. Immortals getting picked off by Marines on the low ground here. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Archon getting some shots off. Already has 11 kills. Bonus damage versus Bio. Special's going to lose his third base. I don't think he can save it. He's trying to run it into his main. Trying to escape with it, but nope. Third base gone. MaNA in a fairly commanding position right now. 4 bases to 2. Small group of Bio trying to do what they can. Trying to bait the army into these Liberator Defender mode circles. Yeah, Zealot's not really working out for you there, guys, is it? To walk into the circles and deal with all of this Bio. MaNA decides, you know what? Screw you, circles. I'm going anyway. The Liberators are gone. The Archon's coming from both sides, getting a lot of splash damage off on this Bio. This War Prism has not been killed this entire attack. Continues to funnel and shuttle and warp in reinforcements to the front. And that's your good game. Good game from Special. MaNA takes a 2-1 lead against his opponent's Special here in this best of 5. After dropping game 1, he is looking strong. Looking so strong. We will see. We will see how game 4 turns out for us. And if there's a game 5, who wins that one? This is why I love series. Just love the ups and downs, the turns, the twists that we experience here. 17,000 resources lost for Special, 13 for MaNA, 3 Archons, 10 Stalkers died. That seems like a very low number, but 49 Zealots did go down. And once again, 5 medevacs, 8 Liberators killed by MaNA. Those are his priority targets. He can deal with the Bio, but it's the Bio multiplier, the force multiplier there of the medevacs and the Liberators that he really wants to take down. And all 3 of our Oracles died. Brian, Fantana, and friends. Okay, game 4 coming soon. Don't go anywhere. Special's probably thinking, what is going on? What happened here? I won game 1 fairly convincingly in about 11 minutes, and yet here I am down 2-1, fighting for my very Terran life against MaNA, who again really hasn't done a whole lot in the WCS circuit. He's qualified, he's competed, he's been there every single time. I just haven't seen him in a round of 16, let alone a round of 4 in a very, very long time. So let's do this. Top left, Special, red Terran player. Bottom right, MaNA. Blue Protoss, making it work with Storm, with Disruptors. Those seem to be the key cogs in his Protoss army and getting the wins against Special thus far. Quick plug for the Patreon. If you stuck around this long, I assume you're enjoying what you're watching, but there's a link in the description and a link at the end of the cast here as well. Basically showing you patreon.com/FalconPaladin. You can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. And honestly, if everybody who watches supported me for $1 a month, it'd be amazing. I could do so much stuff. I'd hold my own tournaments. I would pay players to play in tournaments for you guys. Games you've never before seen. Nobody's ever seen. Make it happen. It'd be wonderful. So hit it up. Hit it up if you can. If you can't, I totally understand. There are a lot of people who watch and just are in school or have debts or just don't have a job right now. I totally understand that. I've been in those places before. And so I'm not telling you to if you can't make it happen. I'm just giving you the opportunity and telling you it'd be great. All right, Probes tries to scout. SCV kind of denies that, though. Regardless, it's a Reaper in production for our Terran player Special. And let's see what this guy is going to be named, because you know he has a name. They always have a name. Every single time they have a name. So let's take a look at this one. This Reaper's name is going to be Zappy McZappy Face. Since he was a kid, he's always wanted to be an Oracle, but having information beyond the fourth wall, he knows it's more common for Terran to open with a Reaper than for Protoss to open with an Oracle. So he changed his name and hopes for the best. Wow. Smart. Smart little Reaper there. Recognizing that Oracles are not as common as Reapers are. in the current meta anyway. All right, where are we with this thing? Moving across the map. Gonna try to get some kills. That Homestar Runner, dude, that guy. 3 probe kills. Who knew? Oh, what? Walls him off. Walls him out, and then the Stalker pops out here. Bad times, Zappy. Bad times, Zappy. And this is the only place you have to worry about it. Reapers can't get into your main any other way. This is actually kind of a really bad map for Reaper. As it turns out, he's got 3 hit points. He has no kills. He's definitely a recruit at this point, and that's all you gotta do, Protoss players. Just wall off here. Reapers aren't a concern anymore. Zealot shows up again, pulling a lot of SCVs off the line to hold against this guy, and losing an SCV in the process. This early aggression with gateway units reminds me so much of Brood War. It's so much a Brood War thing to send a Zealot and like a Dragoon in Brood War across the map, and try to get some damage done in the very early goings, right? Extremely early goings here. So 2 Marines are in production. 2 Marines versus the Stalker is not going to win that fight. 3 Marines not either, actually. They're going to try, I guess if they have the high ground, that helps a lot. The range of the Stalker is a big part of that. Reaper Zappy can't get in. Stalker holding that door against any further aggression. And there's your Cyclone. Okay, so Cyclone Marine is enough to chase the Stalker away. MaNA sees that immediately and just decides to go home. Did our Reaper try to get in and die? He sure did. Zappy, man, he tried. That's going to go on his tombstone. He tried. He's so dead, though. So super dead. Yep. Yep. Stalker coming back. A couple more Stalkers joining the party. 3 Stalkers versus a Cyclone on the top of a ramp here. I don't know if you want to engage here. Man, he doesn't know it's there, though, is the problem because of vision. Oh, actually moved back a little bit. He didn't like the 3 Stalkers. Marines, I don't know. No bunker for you. Picking off the SCV, building that bunker. This aggression from MaNA is kind of insane. I kind of really like it. He wants to kill the Cyclone. Target firing Marines instead, though. SCV. Yeah, the kiting means he can't really get close enough here to pick off the SCV building that bunker, but I think he really wants to. He really, really wants to. Oracle out? What? There's an Oracle, too. This game is too crazy for me to do an Oracle name. Yeah, well, Oracle's slipping in here anyway. This Oracle's name is Bethy the Cow. Once merely a Terran bovine, Bethy was abducted by a Protoss mothership and subjected to experimentation that has ended with her being the AI brain of an Oracle. Now she will turn every other creature she sees into delicious steaks. What? She turned stuff into steaks? She was a cow. Anyway, the aggression at the front is still happening, mind you. I think they could pick off that SCV. No, they couldn't do it. The bunker is done. The bunker has landed. Oracle did end up getting a kill in the process. Took some shots. Bethy the Cow. Not having as wonderful time as she may have wanted to, but every other creature she sees turns into a steak. So what's she gonna see? Probe, steak. Oh, there's 2 Oracles out now. All right, that's fair. This is very fair. Meanwhile, Liberator opening from special this time, not the Cloak Banshee, just going straight up for the Liberator. I mean, I guess he assumes if there's Stalker pressure on the other side of the map, Stalkers aren't here to defend at home. They are, though. The Stalkers are here and ready to go. Couple more warping in and finding an angle at which they can get shots off. There it is, just getting right on in and trying to finish it off. Can't do it, but Liberator can't really set up camp there anymore. Yeah, additional Liberators in production. We are working on everything. I mean, these are multitasking high-level professional players, as it turns out. Tank in production. We've seen Special go tank in every one of these games so far. It's just, it makes sense. It's really good against Protoss, especially if they're going a lot of Stalker, which MaNA has been. Or double Oracle. Nope, that's the Revelation. They can't take down that many Marines, especially not with Cyclone support here. And there's your lock-on ability. No, Bethy! Ah, Bethy goes down. Bethy goes down. SCV building the 3rd base dies, though. That's 5 SCV kills. Thus far, how many workers killed? 9 SCVs to 1 probe, 40 to 51 harvesters. MaNA looking good. Liberator coming into the main base trying to do stuff. There's Stalker. So good luck with that. Are you seriously still trying to set up? Dang. I guess maybe you get a kill. Not really worth, though. Ow, and the one... Wow. The one that was harassing the natural, the 3rd gets picked off there, too. So here comes Special. He's got an attack. He's got Marines. He's got tanks. He's got Cyclones. And a medevac. And a couple SCVs. That's a pretty scary army versus what MaNA's rolling with here, which is, again, mostly gateway stuff and an Oracle. Doesn't seem ideal. Cyclone drop inside the main base. Marines tanks holding the high ground here. Stalker is just maybe going to try to finish this thing off. Finish off the tank. Recommendation, Stalkers finished off the tank. Got it. Lifting the other tank here. I think this might be enough to win. But Cyclones in your mineral line, not what you want to see. If you're a Protoss player, not even the teeniest or tiniest of bits. Are they forced to fight for their own lives? They kind of are. I'm not sure that's a great idea, though. Stalker almost goes down. Does go down to the Cyclones. Good pick up there, keeping him alive. The anti-air is gone, so we can pick up at this point. Stalker's winning that fight in the middle of the map. Now going for the counterattack. And you know what? This is not looking like a very healthy defense. The tank gets surrounded and killed, pulling all the boys. Cyclones in the natural base trying to do stuff. Trying to kill some workers, try to even this thing up, but a couple Stalkers come out. The shield battery helping immensely in this particular situation. Stalker, Zealot at the front. Is MaNA going to do this with gateway units? Have I seen a PvT where the Protoss just wins with gateway units and maybe a couple Oracles this early? I don't know that I actually have. More Zealots warping it at the front here. The Stalkers are just kind of going for it, man. They do have Blink. They're not straight up gateway units. That upgrade's a good one. Oh, they pick off the medevac. Wow, that medevac did not have a chance. Walked right into those Stalkers. Additional tanks in production here, too. I don't know, looking good for Special. I like what he's doing here. It looks like, I mean, he needs to hold against this aggression of MaNA and then get a third base, which he does have inside his main. But MaNA's sitting on 3 bases right now. It's 56 to 55 Harvesters. He has the lead. He's just making gateway units. No splash damage at all in this game. None. Is he trying to prove something here? Is he making a point? I just don't get it. It is 112 to 93 supply. War Prism's going to try to do stuff in the main base, perhaps while Stalker moves in. Yeah, while the siege tank isn't in siege mode, picking it off with a blink forward. Just chaos in the natural base, and then Zealots dropping on top of the second tank, and that's your good game! Good game out of Special. MaNA takes the series 3-1. After 4 games, what an impressive display from our Polish player here. Yes, I'm going to say he's Polish. It's been on the tip of my tongue the whole time, and I've been fairly sure, but it sounded right there, so we're going to roll with it. Wow, that Zealot drop on that second tank was genius. He knew there was a tank up here. He had to kill it, and he did. And then the attack at the front worked exceptionally well, picked off that tank. SCV's forced to be pulled off here too, getting absolutely massacred with the +1/+1 Stalkers, a Guardian shielded sentry, and a couple Zealots. That was amazing. Amazing. No Immortals, no High Templar, no Disruptors, no Colossus, no Phoenix, just gateway units and a couple Oracles. I don't know how he did that against one of the best Terran players on Earth. I really don't understand, MaNA, how he pulled this off, but boy howdy did he. Boy, howdy. All right. Crikey, all right. Okay, so that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of your Sunday series for StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.